Now grab your yarn and just have it from here. Tie up your yarn. Just to secure. Now grab the yarn and chain up 3 here. 1, 2 and 3. Now do now do double crochets into each stitch, and you have not to worry here because you're gonna find stitches on everywhere, on all it's a square, so everywhere you go you will find your stitches, so your stitches will be the same on every side, so don't worry about that. Just put your first chain 3 into this chain 2 space, and from here, from your cluster of 3 double crochets from the last row, start doing a double crochet from here until the end of here. Now here I'm going to do 2 double crochets, but I'm going to meet you at the end here, and I'm not going to meet you here in the middle. I'm coming back. Okay, so I have reached to my last stitch from my first square, and I've done my 15 double crochets here plus this one chain 3, so it's together it's total 16 including this one. And at the end of this crochet this square, in this space of chain 2, I'm going to do 2 double crochets here, so it's 1 and 2. Now as we have done this one, what will I do is I will put my hook inside this 2 chains. It's a strand of yarn actually. I'm gonna grab my yarn through these 2 chains and we'll make a double crochet here. Now I will come up here, and here again I'm going to do 2 double crochets, so it's 1 and 2. Now this yarn has already been tied up with this double crochet. It's already been done, and again we're going to do another 15 double crochets. It's going to be a 15 double crochets. I've done 2 double crochets in this chain 2 space, and here at the end I'm going to meet you here after doing this 15 double crochets on this one, and I'll show you how I'm forming up my square here. Okay, so I've done my 15 double crochets here plus 2 double crochets here in the space of chain 2, so altogether it's 17 double crochets here. And into this space where we have to form our square, I'm going to do 2 double crochets here, so it's 1 and 2, and I'm going to do 1 treble crochet here into the same space, so it's going to be yarn over, pull it through 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull it through your last 2 loops, and it's a treble crochet stitch. And into the same space I'm going to do another 2 double crochets, so it's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. Now I'm going to do 1 double crochets into each stitch, and at the corner where we had to form our square, I'm going to do 2 double crochets here, then 1 treble crochet, and another time 2 double crochets into the same space. Then I will do another 15 double crochets here. I will do 2 double crochets at this space. We'll have 1 double crochet by joining up these 2 strain of yarn, and then again I'm going to do my 2 double crochets into this 2 chain 2 space. Then again I'm going to do my 15 double crochets here, and here I'm going to form my square. So I'm going to do my 2 double crochets, 1 treble crochet, 2 double crochets, and then again I'm gonna have my another 15 double crochets here at this space. Here we have started with 3 chains, so I'm gonna do 2 double crochets, 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet, and I'm gonna tie up my work at the end, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. Okay, so I have done my 15 double crochets here for the last time, and here at the end, as we have started chaining up 3 here, I'm gonna do 2 double crochets here, 1 and 2. Now I'm gonna do 1 treble crochet here, so I'm gonna yarn over twice. We'll grab my yarn and we'll do 1, 2, and 3. So this is my treble crochet, and I'm going to do another last double crochet here. So it's the last double crochet, and I'm going to put my hook inside my third chain. So it's 1, 2 and 3, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here, and that's it. This is done. I'm gonna put my this loose ends inside the work, and I'm gonna do here as well, and I'm gonna meet you after that. Okay, so I've done my first part, first portion here, and I've tied up all my loose ends, and I'm gonna do exactly the same for my second part as well. So let's do the second part. Okay, now I have done my second part as well, and I've done my last double crochet, and I've make a slip stitch here, and that's it. It is done. Now I've tied my ends as well. Okay, so these are my, I put this like this. Now this is the back portion of my work, and this is the back portion of my work. So I'm tying up from the back portions. I'm not tying up from the front ones. The front ones are inside, and as I was been doing this one, I haven't cut the yarn, but I'm going to continue with the same yarn. Now as you can see here, we have done our 5 stitches into this space, which is 2 double crochets and then 1 treble crochet, and then again 2 double crochets, and we have tied up our work here at the first double crochet. So with this stitch, I'm going to insert my hook into this first stitch from this particular square. So you can see that it's my 2 double crochets, and this is my treble crochet, and again these are 2 double crochets, and I'm going to put my hook inside this one. So I'm going to take this and we'll grab my yarn, now you can see that we are going to have exact same stitches, because this is the squares we have been working on, and the exact same stitches on each side, so there is not going to be any problem. Now what we are doing, we are going to do here is we're going to do a single crochet. So I'm going to chain up 1, and that will be count as our first single crochet, and I'm going to insert my hook into the second stitch and into the second stitch from the back portion, and I'm going to take both the loops and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make another single crochet. Similarly, I will put my hook inside the next stitch, the third one, and I'm going to put here as well my hook into the third stitch. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make a single crochet, and I'm going to do this single crochet all the way around on this side, bottom side, and on the other side. I'm going to leave this side as we are going to work. This is going to be where our hook will come up, so I'm going to leave this portion, but from here we're going to start and we're going to do our single crochets until here on the first double crochet on this square. We're going to do our work until this stitch, and we're going to take both the parts and we're going to put our hook inside this. As you can see, into this square I have my 2 double crochets, 1 treble crochet and 2 double crochets. So I'm going to put my hook into this double crochet, into this double crochet, and I'm going to tie up my work until here. So I'm going to do a single crochet on all the sides, on all 3 sides, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this stitches. Okay, I've done my last stitch here, my last single crochet here, and I've left this portion open. Now, as you can see that here we were having 15 stitches. So on top of that, we are going to have 15 double crochets and plus 5 from these both squares, 4 from both squares, because we have already taken first stitch into this single crochets. Here as well we have taken first stitch into the single crochet. So it's going to be 15 plus a remaining 4, which is going to be 19, and another remaining 4 on this side is going to be 23 stitches. Altogether is going to be 23 stitches, and we are going to do slip stitches on all these 23 stitches, and we are going to do slip stitches on all these 23 on the other side as well. Plus we are going to do a single crochet on this portion as well, on this one as well. This is the single crochet what we have done to tie up these 2 parts. Now how we're going to do this, we're going to start a slip stitch here. We're going to do a slip stitch on all the way on this part, then we're going to do our slip stitch on this part as well, and then we will do our slip stitches on here, and at the end we are going to finish our stitches here. So but before that we are also going to put a loop here on this one. So as I said, it is 23 stitches. I'm going to do my loop on the 12th stitch, which is in the middle here. So let's begin with the slip stitch. We have already, as you can see, we have already worked on this stitch. This stitch has already been taken, it's already been worked. So we are coming up on this stitch, the next stitch, and let's do a slip stitch here. It is our first slip stitch, first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So our 11 slip stitches are done here. Now we are going to do a loop. We are going to make a loop. So it says 11. I'm going to do a slip stitch here on the 12th one. Okay, my 12 slip stitch is done, and I'm going to chain up 10 here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So our 10 chain is done, and I'm going to insert my hook into the 12th stitch again. So I'm going to put my hook into the same stitch where we have started. I'm going to put my hook inside that one. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make another slip stitch here, and this is our loop. Now the loop is depending on your button, whatever button you're going to use here, the loop is depending on that one. So be careful. I have taken 10 stitches here, 10 chain here, but if your button is a little bit bigger, you can increase this stitches, increase this chain, and if you have a smaller button, you can decrease similarly. So depending on the size of your button here. Now on the 13th one, I'm going to do as we have done it before. I'm going to do slip stitches here. Okay, this is my 13th slip stitch, and I'm going to do slip stitch until here, and I'm going to meet you at the end. Okay, I've done my 23 slip stitches here. This is my 23rd. Now you can see that this stitch has already been worked on, so it's already been taken. Now I'm going to insert my hook inside my this two strain of yarns. Now this is my first single crochet what I have done here. This is my first single crochet. I'm going to insert my hook in this way into this one, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here, and that's it. And I'm gonna do another 23 slip stitches on this portion as well, here where we don't need any loops. Obviously we're gonna, so of course we're gonna go in this way, and I'm gonna meet you at the end of 23rd slip stitch here. Okay, so my 23 slip stitches are done. This is my 23rd slip stitch. Now as we have done it here, as we have taken this stitch into the slip stitches, we are gonna tie our work here again. Now if you can see this first slip stitch, if you're finding it difficult to have this first slip stitch, you can use a stitch marker. Now this is my first slip stitch here, and I'm gonna grab the yarn from there, and we'll tie up the work, and we'll make a slip stitch here. So this is how the work is done, and this is nearly done. Now we are only gonna put our button here and of a strip, and this is done. Let me just cut the yarn. Okay, I have cut the yarn, and you can see that it is done. Now you can turn your work. Okay, now I've tied my ends in, and I'm gonna put this button here. Now I've got this button. I was been having this button, so I'm gonna use this one. You can use any button you have, and all I'm gonna do is I'll just see which is the middle one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12, and that's gonna be my 12th one. So I'm gonna just put my needle inside this one, and that's it. I'm gonna tie up my button like this. Now you can use any button you want, and I'm gonna tie up my button, and I'm gonna meet you after this. Now for this strip, I've used my 7 mm of the hook. I've changed my hook, and I've used the 7 mm of hook, and I've used this because I wanted my work, my strength to be a little bit thicker. And what else I have done is I have put this strain of yarn together like this. So I've done it this way. Now if you can see, I've taken both the strain of yarn. If you don't have a chunky yarn in the same color, you can do it in this way, and that will make your yarn long enough. Now what have I done is, like this, like 2 strands of yarn, I have taken them about 45 meters or 115 centimeters long, multiplied by 3. So just have that bigger portion, or just wrap this 2 strands of yarns around yourself, and just get the idea that how long you want your strip to be, and just round them about 3 times. So whatever size you want, round it up this 2 strain of yarn around your body, because you're making it a crossbody bag. So just round it to yourself around 3 times, and take that 3 times. Now I have taken this 2 strain of yarn, whatever I done is, this is just an example I've been setting up. I have put my hook inside this like this. Now this is my loose end. It will be long enough. It will be like, for what I've done is I've taken 45 meters multiplied by 3. That long will be your this loose end, and this will be your working yarn. And always keep in mind which is your loose end, which is your working yarn. Now put your loose end on this this way on your hook, and simply just chain up. Now I've used my 7 mm of hook, and that is the reason I have double up my yarn here. That's it. Just keep going on. It's very simple. Just put your loose end around your hook and grab your hook through both the loops. Grab your yarn through both the loops, and like this. Just do it like this, and the code has started forming up, and I've used this design, and I have used this code. You can use any one you want or you like, and that's it. And here it is. This is my end work. I've done my cord here, and you can see it is long enough now. And this is the back portion of my work. My button is in the front. It's in this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie up one end here, and I'm going to tie up another end here. Now to tie this end, I will need another piece of yarn, and I will simply put this here, and we'll tie up with this loose ends. I'm going to tie up here my another one, and I'm going to meet you after that. And that's it. I've tied my both the ends for this cord, and you can see there is nothing you can find it out. It's all good here, and that's it. The phone cover or your bag for phone is ready, and it's gonna look great. And that's it. I'm gonna this is all tied up and everything is good. I hope you have liked my today's tutorial video, and if you have liked this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Bye.